Groups builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Michelle Duder reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, an Iron Mountain man in custody after police say he allegedly made threats toward Kingsford schools. We'll tell you what we know so far and what was found in his home. Plus, just 5 days for Congress to pass a budget or extension to avoid a government shutdown. We're live in Washington with where things stand tonight. And what UP Tech experts are talking about this week at the UP Cybersecurity Summit. Your 19 News starts right now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We were feeling fall-like today, and I also checked out the 7-day, and it looks like these conditions are going to stay with us for a little while.
Yes, let's roll the dice on that because that's what I was also seeing too. We're looking at fairly dry conditions for the week, partly to mostly sunny skies, and those temperatures really nice in that 65 to 70 degree range, although in the evening we could be dipping down. These are our current temperatures, by the way. Today we saw a high of 71 out at the National Weather Service Center. Didn't quite break the record, but you know what? Again, love these 70s. We've got the 7-day outlook as well as your full forecast and Escanaba Homecoming planner after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, an Iron Mountain man is in custody and facing charges after police say he made threats toward Kingsford schools. 30-year-old Kyle Holmberg appeared for arraignment by Zoom today. The Iron Mountain Police Department and Kingsford Public Safety received a report from a tip line Sunday around 4 p.m. of a possible threat to either Woodland Elementary or North Elementary schools. Police say the threat was supposed to happen during the school's Spirit Week. After determining who made the threats, police got a search warrant and arrested Holmberg at his home around 10 p.m. last night. In court today, it was revealed that numerous guns and ammunition were seized from his home today, including an AR-style rifle. His bond was set at $250,000 cash surety. WZMQ will provide updates to this story as they develop. In Washington, Congress now has less than a week to finalize a budget before the government shuts down. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has been following this story. She joins us live from the Capitol. Rachel, what are the latest developments on this?
Good evening, Sarah. So all eyes are on the House right now, and there's just a lot going on over there. You have Republicans fighting with other Republicans, and then recently former President Donald Trump has weighed in on this government shutdown, just kind of further complicating this situation. So Trump took to social media saying, in part, Republicans lost big on the debt ceiling, got nothing, and now are worried that they will be blamed for the budget shutdown. He is also telling Republicans, unless you get everything, shut it down. A couple of far-right House Republicans have been toying with the idea of a shutdown unless their demands are met. But many Republicans in the House feel otherwise. They don't see the benefit of shutting down the government, which causes mass furloughs and halts certain programs. And today, Moody's Investor Service, a credit ratings agency, has signaled that the U.S. risks its top credit rating with a government shutdown. The analysis says a shutdown would highlight the weakness of U.S. institutional and governance strength compared to other top-rated governments. Now, the House is so narrowly divided that Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, can only afford to lose just a handful of Republican votes. And so last week, Sarah, it was really difficult for the House just to even approve some of these government spending bills, having a hard time getting those through. So we'll have to see what happens this week. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. Meanwhile, in Lansing, legislators continue to work on the Reproductive Health Act bills. But as committees continue to review the package, Democrats have started to speak out in opposition of the bills. State Representative Karen Whitsett voted no on the act in the House Health Policy Committee over concerns that too many restrictions were being rolled back. With a slim majority in the House, even just one Democrat voting against the rest could sway the vote. Planned Parenthood leaders say, though, this legislation aligns with the will of the people.
Anti-abortion politicians have spent decades passing laws in Michigan that make abortion care harder to access, criminalize healthcare providers like me, and interfere with the patient-clinician relationship.
Tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on what's included in that bill package. The recall of one Delta County commissioner is one step closer to appearing on the ballot next May. The Delta County Citizens for Ethical Leadership has been collecting signatures in support of the recall of Commissioners David Moyle, Bob Barron, and Robert Peterson. Today, the group turned in the completed petition for District 4, which is Moyle's district. 666 signatures were required, and the group collected more than 800.
4 moved quite quickly, which is excellent. We're also more compact than the other 2 districts who have to deal with townships. So we anticipated that we would get done before them, but I have high hopes that everybody is going to complete on time.
That petition will now go through a review process to ensure at least 666 signatures are valid. Moyle will then have 30 days to challenge any of the signatures. He says he plans to conduct a review with a team of people into both the signatures and the circulators of the petition. The Citizens for Ethical Leadership have collected 85% of the needed signatures for Barron's district and more than 50% for Peterson's district. As technology advances, online criminal activity has spiked as well. On Northern Michigan University's campus this week, a 3-day UP Cybersecurity Summit aims to help better educate people on the real dangers of online threats. WZMQ's Mitchell Reif has the report.
Over 150 cybersecurity leaders from across the nation are on campus for the summit, giving the community and other officials in the industry a better grasp of what online threats are out there. Leaders introduce Northern Michigan University as a recognized center of academic excellence by the NSA and say that with the ever-changing field of security, users need to be well educated and threats need to be exposed.
We're discussing current threats, threat actors, incident response, talking best practices.
The UP Cybersecurity Institute says one of the larger concerns is addressing online use for children. According to a study done at Stanford Medicine, about 25% of children receive phones by the age of 10 and 75% by the age of 12.
So we're having K through 12 curriculum designed around cybersecurity. We need to be having that education and we need to be having those discussions, in K through 12 schools.
Greg Sieg, who is the president of the Michigan Healthcare Cybersecurity Council, says even though AI is a growing field of technology, practicing what's called cyber hygiene can help keep users educated in keeping their information safe.
Social engineering, phishing, other types of attack vectors, those are still going to be your main areas. Artificial intelligence is playing a role in that because they are able to build messaging that looks much more real than what we've seen in the past.
Leaders say at the end of the day, making sure you have strong passwords and being actively aware of those links that you click on are still ways to keep your information safe. Mitchell Reif, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus life in the 906. Jim Koski is here to tell us why Marquette is basically the Chicago of the North. And later, another corn maze is open for the season. We take you to Menominee County to check out what you'll find there. We're back after this.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
This is what it's all about.
From the most iconic sign in the world,
you're one decision away from going home,
to the most amazing places around the world.
Welcome to Vietnam!
The Amazing Race is back, and this time it's bigger than ever.
Literally anything can happen, and
you have to keep going with 90-minute episodes, full season long. Go!
The Amazing Race, new season Wednesday, 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
The UP's show for family fun. Join me for Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Attention people with Medicare and anyone turning 65. If you have original Medicare, you may be able to get a Medicare Advantage plan with additional benefits. Medicare Advantage plans may include vision coverage, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing coverage with affordable costs and copay. The call is free. You may even find plans with $0 monthly premiums or $0 copays on certain services or $0 deductibles. Call 800-965-7893 and let Best Medcare do the work for you.
Mike Baxter.
How do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with a tire iron. Pioneer.
I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
Last man standing.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Currently, we've got some winds coming out of the east. We're going to stick with that direction for a little bit. We could see these breezy conditions tomorrow, mostly in the south. Right now, our temperatures are still in that 65 to 75 degree range. I'll take it. We'll also take it tomorrow for our Tuesday. Let's take a look at the lows tonight. Not much different than what we've been seeing, maybe about 10, 15 degrees cooler in that 50 degree range for us this evening. And taking a look at the next 24 hours, we could see some sprinkles. Most of that's going to be concentrated along the Wisconsin border and Gogebic County, friends. Tomorrow we'll expect partly to mostly sunny skies. Again, a chance of precipitation down south there. I'll show you in just a moment. And then those clouds varying tomorrow. We could start with mostly clear skies. Some of us seeing partly cloudy skies and a few of us seeing mostly cloudy skies. Right now, a lot of precipitation going on over in Wisconsin. As you can see, some storms over in the west corner there. And like I said, Ironwood getting some sprinkles. I know, just that rain really loves it there. Right now, we're seeing that concentrated again right on the nose and on that Wisconsin border. So that's going to be our story here this evening and into tomorrow. Cloudier conditions down south here this evening and in the morning. Take a look here, especially down in Menominee County, and then we'll see maybe some scattered sprinkles throughout the day, but again in that southern half of the UP until we get into the later hours. Clouds moving in and then more sprinkles and showers throughout our evening. Taking a look at Wednesday morning, clouds over in the west, a little bit clearer over here in the east and maybe the central portions, but then again, more sprinkles possible on our Wednesday. But things should be clearing out after that, drying up and hopefully just sticking with sunshine. For your school day forecast tomorrow, we'll start with temperatures around 53 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and then maybe a little bit more sunshine later on in the afternoon with an average temperature of 67 degrees across the UP. Friday, Escanaba's got homecoming going on. Parade starts at 5 o'clock, and that temperature expected to be about 65 degrees. Some sunshine and a little bit of breezy conditions, and then kickoff starts at 7 o'clock. Temp dropping down to 62, mostly sunny skies. And then we'll expect partly cloudy skies after that. Should be a great day for all homecoming activities there in Escanaba as of right now. All right, 7-day outlook for Marquette. Similar conditions. We will be mostly sunny throughout the week. Those temperatures in the mid 60s, maybe hitting 72 on Friday and possibly on Saturday for Strut Your Mutt. I've got the breakdown coming up for you in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Air. Just into the newsroom, we now have the charges that Kyle Holmberg is facing for alleged threats towards Kingsford schools. One count of a false report or threat of terrorism, which is a 20-year felony. You can read more about this at WZMQ19.com. Our Insights is on the way next.
John Donna has big moved. And it's still John Donna, which means great clean cars and great service. Come see for yourself. John's Auto Marquette.
Why did you want to share your story? Water up this high? How would you describe the heart of the people from Lahaina? So strong. I'm a very curious person. I wake up every morning asking what's happening in the world, why is this happening, and how do we answer that question on the CBS Evening News?
Now more than ever, you need to know what's happening here in Washington. Decisions affecting your life by the people you set here. I'm Rachel Knapp, tracking the daily decisions by your senators and representatives. That's my job, and I report to you. Healthcare, education, the economy, taxes, jobs, all hang in the balance. Watch my reports from Capitol Hill only on WZMQ 19 News.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
Never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
Come on down to Outdoor Man.
When do I get to shoot the crossbows?
Where breaking the rules rules.
So you're 13, I don't even think it's legal. So we should do it after lunch.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
At John's Auto, we love our new location. Is that right? Because it lets us serve you better. What did I say?
I think so.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Sarah Blakely.
We are officially in the fall season, and everyone is looking back at the summer and making plans for autumn. The Iron Ore Heritage Trail saw quite a few changes in the past couple of months, and there's even more projects up ahead. Joining us tonight is Trail Administrator Bob Hendrickson. Thanks for coming in, Bob.
Thank you. Yeah.
So tell us about what you learned over the summer. It was a busy summer.
It went by in a flash.
Yeah.
Is one thing. I mean, it's the fastest summer I've had in a long time. But otherwise, we got a lot of good projects done. I learned a lot about the trail, the different sections of the trail, and how many people actually use the trail. And it's quite diverse and really a great time.
Yeah, and you've been in this role now for about 3 months. Do you feel like you're up to speed? And
Yeah, I'm feeling like I found the floor, and Carol will be around for another 3 months till the end of December.
Nice.
So I'll still have some some support there. Yeah.
Perfect. So tell us about the one of the projects that happened over the summer, the bridge over the Black River tributary in Humboldt.
Yeah, so that was an ongoing project that just seemed like it kept having snags along the way, but it's finally built up. We have it in it's in Humboldt County, just off 601. And so we recycled a lot of the material that was with it, but added new material. So it's open. It was a long project, but now finally done. And then that's primarily an ORV route that goes down to Republic.
Yeah, and a couple of new projects that are upcoming. The first one is one that I know that the Heritage Trail has been working on for quite a while, and that's that 5-mile stretch out to Lake and Inland.
Yeah.
What's happening with that?
Yeah, so right now the Heritage Trail kind of dead ends at Caboggum Road. So there's no trailhead, or Lions Field kind of services the Chocolate trailhead at this time, which is about a mile before the end of the trail. This will extend it out to Lake and Inland. It's a 5-mile extension. It'll parallel the current trail that's in place. So the ORV route and the snowmobile route will continue to be the same. This route will parallel it and get people that are either pedestrians or cyclists out to Lake and Inland.
Very nice. That will kind of keep it safe for everybody.
Right, yeah. And it'll add a feature to the trail that I think will be really unique, and it'll give people a chance to go to a destination that they would either have to drive to before or take the highway.
Very nice. And the other one is the Koski Trust property acquisition?
Yeah, so this is in Marquette Township, and it's 176 acres. The family wanted to put this land into, I wouldn't say a conservatorship, but caretaking and keeping it open to the public. So they approached the Heritage Trail about taking it on. It actually comes up to the trail right where the LS&I Railroad goes over the trail, right at 41 there.
Yeah.
And we'll use access points to that. What's going to be on there is still to be determined, but we want to make it a usable trail or trail system for the trail users that will be a mixed use of non-motorized, but it'll be not stuff that nobody can do. I mean, it'll be open to the public.
Right. Yeah. Very nice. What other projects are up ahead for the fall then?
Yeah, so a lot of it is just a lot of end-of-the-year maintenance. We have a deck in Ishpeming that needs to be repaired, so we'll be putting new decking on that at Section 16 Lake. We have a boardwalk that we've been trying to get put in at the East and Nagani. That's getting close, and hopefully we can get that passed through the DNR here soon.
Yeah, and of course it's fall color season, so it's the perfect time to hit the trail.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks are going to be beautiful. I mean, there's different areas of the trail right now that are really popping up with color, so I encourage everybody to find their favorite section or try a new section that you haven't been to and go check that out.
Yeah, where can people find information about what the trail organization is
Yeah,
doing?
so if you go to ironoreheritage.com, that'll get you to our website, and there's an interactive map that you can get to and kind of look at the different sections there.
Cool.
All right.
Well, Bob, thank you so much. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks, Sarah.
it. Of
Appreciate
course. Still ahead tonight, Life in the 906. Jim Koski is sharing what he sees are the similarities between Marquette and the third biggest city in the U.S., Chi-Town. And a Menominee County corn maze is open for the season. What you'll find as you get lost at the Gets Lost Corn Maze. But first, here's your Yoopers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Partridge Creek Farm in Ishpeming is looking for help with some outdoor projects this Saturday all throughout the day. Volunteers are asked to bring a lunch, some work clothes, and a shovel and work gloves if possible. To sign up to be a volunteer or to check out some other opportunities, just head on over to youpersunited.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, major highway danger. Semi-trucks parked along ramps pose a deadly threat to drivers. What's being done to expand parking for trucks and prevent those crashes? An eye-opening story tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Survivors ready! Go! The game plan is simple. Hit the gas.
They're just kind of improvising.
I'm not a bully. I'm opportunistic.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done. Oh my God.
Let's bring in medical.
New season of Survivor premieres Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
Bucko's Party Store is where the party starts. They're your party store and more in Calumet. Great deals on all your favorite drinks and snacks. Keep warm and in style with exclusive Keweenaw alpaca gear and Bucko's wear. Craft beers and top shelf drinks for whatever your taste. Many lucky winners have won big bucks at Bucko's. Don't forget your ORV, hunting and fishing license, and the best bait.
Save your bucks at Bucko's.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Let's reflect on our life in the 906. And Jim, it's been said that Marquette is becoming the next Traverse City, but you say we're even more like a bigger Midwest city.
I do. In fact, I just flew back from Chicago, and to quote a great American philosopher, boy, are my arms tired. Okay. After Marquette, Chicago might just be my favorite place in the U.S., and I'm not alone. It seems like every year, almost everyone in Marquette pays a visit to Chicago, while it also seems like half the population of Chicago returns the favor. But you know what? I'm not surprised. One is almost exactly 100 times the size of the other, but other than that, Marquette and Chicago are pretty much basically the same place. Hear me out. They both have a great lake, parks, beaches with iconic buildings next to them, art, museums, farmers market, bike paths, and perhaps most importantly, some amazing food. Of course, they also both have the tourists, the traffic, the sirens, the lack of affordable housing, a growing homeless problem, and the smell of cannabis everywhere you walk. But you know what? Maybe it's not a surprise that the two places are linked together. After all, Jacques Marquette was the first European to discover what was eventually named the Chicago River. He's so revered in Chicago, in fact, that they have everything from bridges to a famous old building made partially from Marquette sandstone named after him. In 1868, Marquette, the city, burned to the ground. 3 years later, Chicago did the same, and the first thing that Peter White and other Marquette civic leaders did was to send $500 toward the rebuilding effort because they knew what it was like to have your city burned down around you. Just like Marquette became known for sandstone architecture after its fire, Chicago became famous for the skyscrapers that started to sprout after theirs. Maybe that's why so many people from Marquette feel comfortable in Chicago. And maybe that's why Marquette and the rest of the UP is marketed so heavily to Chicago. So the next time you see a tourist from Chicago in the UP, and trust me, you will see a tourist from Chicago in the UP, welcome them home. Even though their UP home may be just a little smaller than what they're used to. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
I gotta admit, Jim, I do also love Chicago.
Yeah.
I grew up in Indianapolis, just a few hours away. The UP is only a few hours away, so I see what you're getting at here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
You're
Jim.
welcome.
Elsewhere around the UP, fall is here, of course, and that means it's time for corn mazes, pumpkin patches, and seasonal festivities. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons takes us to a farm with all that and more in Wilson.
Getzloff Corn Maze is now open for its 14th season.
We started in 2009 just to kind of give the community something to do. 7 acres, grown a lot since then.
Preparation for this autumn activity actually begins in the spring.
We till the land up, plant the corn, fertilize it. This year we prayed for rain, came at the right times. About 2 weeks before we start, map it out, figure where we're going to cut, clean it all out, and make the paths as good as we can.
There are 5 colorful posts throughout the maze, and the challenge is to find each one.
And if you do, you pretty much see all the maze. If you want to go through it fast, 20 minutes you'll go through it, but if you want to find all the poles, it's going to take a good hour.
The maze has a unique design each season. This one is a tribute to graduating seniors.
We have a set of triplets that are graduating this year, and we thought it'd be pretty cool to put class of 2024. It's only once in a lifetime you get to celebrate that for all the schools of class of 2024.
The maze is on a fully operated farm, complete with goats, kittens, bunnies, and more.
On loan from the Jurash Family Ranch, we have a baby bison. If you like the picture on Facebook and share it, you can win a chance to feed it with a bottle.
There are lots of activities for kids and families, along with concessions. Guests can also pick a pumpkin from the patch and take a colorful hayride to get there.
It goes back through the woods. Next 2 weekends should be our peak color tour through it. It's a big draw.
For the Getzloffs, the corn maze is more than a business. It's become a treasured annual tradition.
To see it grow from what it started at, I mean, you were happy to see a few cars in the parking lot, and now the parking lot's full. They come with pictures when their kids were young that they rode in the little barrel train, and now they're too big to ride in it. We really appreciate the community supporting us.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Wilson.
The Getzloff Corn Maze is open Fridays from 4 to 8 Eastern Time and Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 8. Admission is $7 per person. Children 4 and under get in for free. Marianne has one final check on our outlook after this.
What does searching for a Medicare plan feel like?
It's kind of confusing.
It's so complicated. You get tons of mail, tons of calls. It's annoying.
eHealth is a less stressful way to find health insurance. To prove it, we found people looking for a new Medicare plan, and we monitored everyone's stress. Your mission today is to find a Medicare Advantage plan that fits you. Half did it by searching the usual way. On this side, you get to use everything on the whole internet, except you can't use eHealth. The other half did it by matching with eHealth. The people on this side, you guys all get to use eHealth.com. You can even call eHealth. On your mark, get set, go find a Medicare match. And you can find your Medicare match. Give us a call or visit eHealth.com. Now let's talk about why you'd want to call eHealth. Maybe it feels like you paid too much for too little. Maybe your current plan is changing, or your needs are changing. Either way, now is the time of year you can do something about it. Compare plans that cover your doctors, your prescriptions, your pharmacy, and your budget. Compare your current plan to newer plans and compare them side by side, because eHealth carries plans from the nation's top insurance companies. The same plans at the same price as them. They pay us to help you find a match. That's how eHealth is always a free service. Now, let's check in on those two groups, searching and matching. Searching side?
I mean, this could take days.
eHealth side?
This is great. This is really slick.
For people searching the usual way, stress levels stayed high. For those using eHealth, stress went down.
It gives you the opportunity to compare side by side.
Of the top 3, I found 2 that were better than the ones I got.
It's looking like they could possibly save me quite a bit of money.
Compare all-in-one plans, all in one place. eHealth.
Call 1-800-428-0126 to compare Medicare plans in your area or visit eHealth.com.
eHealth, your Medicare matchmaker.
Currently, our temperatures are still fairly warm, 65 to about 75 degrees. We'll see these down in the 50s this evening. Tomorrow, though, similar to what we saw today, about 65 to 75 degrees. Some sunshine is expected. And then Strut Your Mud on Saturday is in Negaunee. We'll expect temperatures in the mid-60s before warming up to 70s.
You do not want to miss the Strut Your Mutt this Saturday. Such a fun event. I wish I could go this year, but you definitely shouldn't miss it. That's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you back here at 11:10 Central.